Yeah, it was.
Hello and
You could
welcome
probably.
to Scheduling Conflicts, Season 1, Episode number, I think, 5?
Five. Five.
This is, I would say,
Uh,
sort of the. Hey, but you have your show, Scheduling
that's
Conflicts.
fair. That's fair.
Scheduling.
I'll
Welcome
take a
to
load
what
off.
I could only describe as, by my opinion, sort of the prestige TTRPG show on, frankly, I would say all of Twitch and YouTube. We are ironically not on Twitch today and only YouTube, so we're for sure the prestige show that randomly appears on Wednesdays sometimes on YouTube only. As you may or may not be aware, we have visited the comforting shores of Scheduling Conflicts a few times when other streams have sort of hit a road bump and we've needed to change categories over so that we can still get the game in. Last time, our dear resident dungeon master Spencer Mayo took up the high fantasy reins and brought us to the whimsical world of Phadia. I'll leave the recap to dear Mr. Mayo up there, but we went on sort of a whimsical werewolf adventure, and ironically are finishing it one day after Halloween, so I'd say pretty timely as far as Scheduling Conflicts go. We could not have done much better than this. I will be playing the part of Trenvam Greyglide, Atrium of the Order of the Heart, the sort of category of knight that I am. I will pass it over to Stefan to tell us his character, and then back to dear Spencer Mayo to tell us what happened last time.
And I am playing Strummer Sing Song, a Dragonborn green Dragonborn bard.
Powerful stuff.
Perfect. So, thank you for the introductory to this prestige show. We find ourselves in Phadia, following the adventures of Trenvam and Strummer. They are members of the Order of the Heart, which is an organization led by... They're protectors of the realm, essentially. This is our high fantasy D&D game. So they're knights. They are sent to protect the downtrodden, destroy evils of all nature, and defend the honor of Phadia itself. Our heroes here have served in courts, on battlefields, and in dungeons. You name it, they've been there. They're level 3 at this point, so they're not really mucking about too much. They have been sent to the town of Enderburg. It has been infested by some manner of dark creature, which our heroes believe to be a werewolf. They were sent because a letter had escaped Enderburg, sent by Alcin de Satra, who is a lesser noble within Enderburg. He stated that a monster has infested the town, but they see not where it comes from. At night it hunts us, by day there's no sign of it. Please send aid. That was several days ago, and nobody's heard from anybody in Enderburg since. The party, on their approach in, saw track marks in the nearby woods off the main path. Followed it in and found a cave that was that had the walls painted with images that are homey, clearly memories of some sort, and an iron bar was hammered into the stone, a chain locked off to it, but it had been snapped. Something had been released from this spot. What that was, the party has not yet discovered. The order does not know, but they followed it, and there were drag marks and several sets of footprints leading to it. After that, they went towards the town yet again, back to Enderburg. They found that the walls and the door were sealed shut, with no guards on the battlements to raise it or let them in. They encountered a series of wolves, a pack of wolves by that front gate, barking, howling, and generally making it not easy to get in. The decision was made after fighting for a little while to let the wolves go on their merry way because it seemed like they weren't interested in fighting. They were after something else. So Trenvam and Strummer let them leave. They gathered their wounded and walked off. You guys made it into the city proper, went to the inn where you heard a little bit of information, I believe, after you came in. Oh, no, or did you go straight to the mayor's abode? You might have gone straight there.
The inn first, I think.
We went to...
Tricky Blade Tavern.
The Tricky Blade
Tavern.
Tavern.
That
The
was the
Tricky
first
Blade
one.
Tavern is where we met Yorkis the Tiefling. We went to Stoneside Inn, where an older half-elf in aged leathers told us about a hunter named Rofanus. We rolled up on Rofanus to discover that he was a cur, a mercenary demanding gold to help his people. With a successful group of intimidation checks, we got him to let us know basically that the mayor had abandoned the town. The guards were all just protecting the mayor up in his palatial estate. And Rofanus would only help us if we paid him. And if memory serves, I believe that I insulted him and told him to go pound sand.
Yes.
At the mayor... we went to the manor, and the mayor was acting suspicious, is my next note.
Yeah. He let you guys into the manor. The butler did, technically. Went and got the master of the house, which was the young mayor, Carthus Fanglor. I think technically he's a governor, but that is who you're dealing with. He smiled, let you in, was talking about how they've been trying to get things squared away. He has the place sequestered just in case, whatever it is gets out. And you began to ask after Alcin de Satra, hoping to talk to the person who sent the letter in the first place. Cartha said, "Oh, absolutely, head up. Go upstairs." You went up. You opened the door and you found blood splatter on the ground. And Alcin de Satra was not where you believed they would be in their room. You opened the door. The butler, shocked, pointed back downstairs and let you run off. And that's where we're jumping in. You've just found blood on the ground in here. You don't know where Alcin de Satra is, and you're not sure if Carthus Fanglor is going to be where you left him or not. And with that, I'm going to change our music.
I still can't tell if Carthus is the werewolf or freed the werewolf to do some nasty stuff. That's the only thing that I'm still trying to piece together. Tally-ho! I run, sword and shield out, down the hallway, back to the front room.
Yeah, clanging through, slamming on hallways, down the steps. You run through. You get back up to the hearth in the main parlor, and where Carthus was previously sat upon satin couch, there's nothing. Carthus is not where you had left him. What do you do?
I will look around for any sign of where the actually
he had mentioned like pilfering all of the steel to coat the weapons of his guards and having them train. Perhaps one of them has a commander we could contact.
I would rather look for him right now from this room he ran from.
Indeed.
Are you better at perception than I am? I only have a +2.
Mine is about the same. Yeah, +2.
I'll go split up, look for clues, and I will make a check.
All right, I will check the other side of the room.
I got a 2 +2, 4.
Exact same here.
Damn it, he disappeared. Not a trace.
You look around, and you're not seeing anything. The butler comes in from the steps, heaving, and he says, he looks left and right. He looks to the door, and he says, "He's not been out yet. I would have seen him through the windows at the hallway. He must still be in here somewhere." And he's still heaving, breathing like...
Does he have a study or a place of retreat he usually goes to?
The study's above. We would have heard him entering.
We would have heard him go up the stairs. As I look around the room, what other doors are here?
There is a doorway clearly leading into a kitchen, swinging doors. That's where it would lead. And on the opposite side, there is... it seems to be some sort of guest room area, like a smoking area more than anything, on the opposite side. And that's what you see from here.
Seems like an actual door with a latch.
Yeah, to that one.
I'm going to guess that a fleeing gentleman would go for the swinging doors, and I will head for the kitchen.
Gotcha.
Yes, let's go to the kitchen.
I feel like we would have heard the door slam if he'd run into the guest room to, like, blockade himself.
Yeah, you go through, you push open the doors to the kitchen. You look left and right. There are pots and pans hanging. blades and spoons and cutlery of all sorts. There's a stew brewing in the corner. Ooh, thank you. My smoothie.
Got that smoothie.
Smoothie!
That's what we live it for. I look at the pot on the stove and look around for the chef. Is he in the room, or is this place empty?
Yeah, as you look over, the chef does look over, and he holds his hands up. He says, are you all right? What can I do for you, gentlemen?
Has the mayor passed this way? Run through this room.
Yes, he said that he needed to fetch something from down below, and he points over to a door that is slightly ajar, leading down into the basement level.
May your honor be praised! And I run down the stairs.
Yes. I will grab some of the cinnamon from the shelf and just be like, a pinch of this might do that stew good.
So we continue.
I'll see you.
High fantasy.
Sprinkle that in. Down you go. You open up the door. A small staircase leads down below. The temperature getting even cooler as you descend into the bowels of the earth. You find yourself in a fairly spacious room, almost the size of the living room up above. And you burst through, and you see a guard in the left corner, a guard in the right, to your left and to your right. 4 guards are occupying this room.
Sirs, have you all been well equipped with silver and completed your training?
The guards pull 2 spears and the other one a sword and a shield, and they say, "Leave at once!"
Strummer, you have always been too trusting. I will brandish my longsword and shield and say, "We have no quarrel with you, but your mayor is under suspicion of terrible deeds, bloody deeds."
Indeed,
Do you stand for justice?
Strummer.
Yeah, Alcin de Santra is already missing, and we must find where they went.
I figure this will either clue them in that they have to kill us, or get them to question their leader.
They look over at the one with the sword and the shield, and he says, "You are trespassers in this home. Leave now, or face the blade."
We were invited in here, sir, and were welcomed. How do you turn this hospitality
You
against
answer
us?
to the Sing of Gold and not to loyalty!
Roll for initiative.
Damn.
I got a 12.
Ooh, once I get over there, you're in trouble. I got an 8. Ooh, once I'm ready. Oh, you have no idea.
All right.
You just wait a few minutes.
The up first, Strummer, it's you. They are advancing on you, clearly getting ready to begin combat. This is not a moment where, oh, maybe they're not going to do it. They're going to swing at you. What do you do?
All right. I will just, I guess play my flute, like a tragic melody of, some sort of, cleric temple falling, and cast the sacred flame cantrip on, I guess, one of the guy that was, I guess, speaking to us.
Got it.
So he's got a shield. X of 13 save.
Dex 13. You cast this out. It materializes from the notes of your music. And as you do, he bats the flame away with his shield. It fizzles out. And he lifts his blade back into the air. Anything else?
I guess Bardic Inspiration to Tremvan then. Just remember, vengeance always follows after grief and tragedy.
Tight.
And triumphs later.
Up next, it's going to be the guards.
I figured.
The guard with the sword and shield is going to go after Strummer. It's an 11 plus. Does a 15 hit?
How grouped
Yeah.
up are we? Are we
Are you two?
me and Strummer like right next to each other in the doorway?
You're right next to each other. You entered in, they drew, and we started.
I'm going to use my reaction to make a melee weapon attack against a creature making an attack against a target other than me.
Hell yeah.
As he does, I go, unhand him! And I will swing out with my longsword. And hopefully...
he comes down with his sword, catches Strummer with 7 points of slashing damage, cutting you across the chest. At the same moment, Trenvam, like, at his side, shing! What'd you get?
17.
17 absolutely hits.
17. Alright, that is 1d8 plus 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of slashing damage.
Very nice. Yeah, you catch him across the side, and he recoils, shoving his hand with the shield against his side, trying to stop the bleeding. The other 3 guards, seeing the captain being attacked by you, Trenvam, are going to leap out all at once to strike you down. Ooh, not great yet.
I name all of you mercenary!
Does a 15 hit Trenvam?
Not even close. Not even in the ballpark.
One of them gets a natural 20. The other ones all get below a 15.
I'm proud of... Trenvam nods knowingly. He's proud. He's like, honestly, that's good for you.
Blows glancing. The last one leaps at the last moment and plunges the sword down. And that does 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Cuts into Trenvam. And Trenvam, you are up.
Okay, 7 points of damage. Ah! He lets out a video game style noise. Trenvam is going to bring his full attention and frustration down on the gentleman in front of him.
The captain?
Yeah, I'm not going to waste my vow of enmity on it, but I'm hoping I can make a point and get these dudes to back off.
You guys have what, around 30 hit points? Maybe 24 for Strummer?
I have 21 and I've gotten down to 14.
For me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll just slash out at this dude in front of me. The same one that I hit last time. He seems to be the captain or something. The one with the shield. Ooh. Not my best work. Only an 11 to hit.
An 11 to hit the captain does not hit.
Okay.
You swing down and he sidesteps at the last second. Your blade hitting the stone, drawing up sparks.
Looking at the
Anything
situation, I will cast Shield of Faith on Strummer. Strummer, your AC goes up by 2.
Nice.
Nice. All right, Strummer. This golden aura goes around you. What do you do?
All right. Adding that to the thing. I think, can I like sort of like rotate myself so I can get these guys in my dragon breath? It's like
at
15
most you
feet.
can get 15 feet.
Yeah.
If you step back, you'll take an opportunity attack, but you'll be able to get all of them.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll do that with, especially with the Shield of Faith then.
All right. The captain will get an opportunity attack against you. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
That still hits, yeah.
That'll hit. 3 points of slashing damage.
With my reaction back, because my turn passed, I will attack him again with Sentinel.
Just unrelenting. He swings and instantly Trenvam is on him.
Did your Meister not teach you focus? And I will attack him again. Much better that time, is 17.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. Max damage, 12 points of damage.
You swing this blade down, You almost decapitate him with this strike. He leans back and his shoulder rips through his pec and his arm. He drops his shield, switches into almost a dual wield swing here, and he is bleeding out. He does not have long in this role, but he's going to go down swinging.
I won't bother trying to chide because I feel like Strummer's probably about to kill him anyways.
Fair.
Yeah, it'll just kind of like loosen my jaw, like pull up like the poison fumes and like expel them, and it's a 11 con save.
All right. The captain fails.
The music
And-
really bought into the premise today in a way that it kind of doesn't always.
True. 2 guards succeed, 1 fails, and the captain fails.
All right. And should I just roll the damage and then disperse it as like save, fail, or roll for each of them?
roll
Just
once.
roll. Yeah, roll
All
once,
right.
and then you'll break it down.
Whoa. All right. So that's 10 damage for the people that failed and 5 for the saves. Poison.
Very nice. All right. Yeah, you step back. Is your breath flame like fire damage, or is it
Poison green.
Oh, gotcha. What does it look like as you outright kill the captain, almost fully kill one of the guards, and the other 2 are halved? What does this look like?
I guess like the cloud itself probably like they start like right as it like approaches them, their like eyes start to sting, and then like as it gets to them, like it starts getting into their like mouth and nose, and like I guess the captain and the other guy start like really choking on it, like rasping, and then I guess he probably just like kind of gives out and just like would have maybe fainted, but then because he's been so mortally wounded, kind of just and like gets in. I guess it would have gotten into his like shoulder wound too. So then he's
Yeah.
probably just writhing quickly and then quickly over being succumbed.
Yeah. Falls, armor clanging against the ground. The guards all look at each other. The one almost dead. Is there anything else you do on your turn, or is that it?
I'll just be like, you best reconsider your actions of ill hospitality.
You have traded
2.
your honor for gold already. Will you trade your lives?
Strummer, roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
All right. With advantage, that is a 23.
23. The 2 more healthy guards see what's happening, drop their weapons, and try and run past you to get through the staircase behind you.
All right. You best be on your. Can I like toss their weapons at them? And I'll just be like, get to your post upon the wall.
Yeah, you toss the weapons back and they go, oh, and they grab it, they sheath it, and then they keep going. A quick salute at the top. The guard with 1 health looks at the body of the dead captain, looks at both of you, turns, and runs. He is going deeper in to the doorway behind him. Trenvam, you have no opportunity attack. You've used your reaction, and Strummer, you are too far away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I guess I also tossed my reaction, I guess, was tossing their weapons back at them.
Fair. So he takes off. He pushes open a door, slams it behind him, and you hear echoing footsteps. And he uses all of his movement to get away.
I guess we can maybe follow him to the ill governor.
Yes, I believe this little mouse has shown us the way to the warren, and I will make chase after him.
Yeah, there's a doorway on your left and your right,
Ooh.
besides the one straight ahead.
Does the captain have a ring of keys?
Yeah, you look down.
Cling!
No check needed. You pop it off, set it on your belt, and off you go. On your left and right, there are doorways. Are you choosing to ignore those and continue on chasing this guard?
Yeah, we're on such a time crunch and unfortunately, I don't think most of my characters would say yes. I don't think Trenvam is here to loot the mayor's house.
There. Yeah, you swing the doors open. Pretty quickly, you see that this is a simple hallway. There's not really anything here. There's some shelves with some canned goods, etc. But then there's another door in front of you that's still swinging shut. You're making pretty quick progress on this almost dead guard. You open it up, and as you do so, well, that's a great question. You get to another set of doors. Do you go in? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Would you?
We are two charisma classes. I don't have lockpicks, so I'll just kick the door down.
Yeah, and I will follow maybe like 5 feet behind you.
Yeah, you run up, kick it open, it swings, slams in, and you see the guard point in your direction and then collapse, unconscious, still alive, but clearly exhausted to the point. You look to your right and to your left, and you see 6 more guards.
Oop.
Give me perception checks.
Oh, 21.
Oh,
19.
That's nice.
that was a 4 again.
For Strummer, you just go, oh, 6 guards. Trenvan, you look at them, and through their helmets and their cowls, you see eyes that have a more yellowish hue, fingers that are longer than normal. They're moving a bit twitchier than you're used to, but they draw weapons all the same and look out at you, hunched over slightly as you enter in. Something is wrong with these guards.
Can I get an action off before we enter combat?
No.
Damn.
With the guard alerting them, you don't.
But I asked, please.
Yeah, it was a good shot. It was a good shot.
Come on.
So go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Can do. 8? No, 6. No, 9. Wow, that was a roller coaster.
All right, I got a 15.
You enter in, you see the guard collapsing. The other 6 draw their weapons and rush forward. 2 of them step back and block. Well, 3 of them actually. One of them to the right blocks a doorway, to the back blocks, and to the side, the opposite side, blocks a doorway as well. The other 3 walk forward trepidatiously, and they lunge out. Trenvan, you're the first one through, so they're going to attack you.
Good. It's kind of part of my build. My fighting style is defense.
And they get 19 to hit.
19, that misses.
Damn. And a 21 to hit.
21 is my AC.
Gotcha.
For the record, I just want to check something. Shield of Faith. So you still have Shield of Faith. That's 10 minutes.
I think so, yeah. Yeah,
No, you do.
cool.
And the third gets a 20 to hit, which does not hit.
20 does not hit. Chainmail shield defensive fighter. Defensive paladin.
6 points of piercing damage upon you, Trenvan.
Okay. Trenvam is starting to look a little winded. He doesn't look bloodied or anything yet, but it is this fight is starting to take its toll.
All right, and I think you still have 1 point of bardic inspiration on you.
I do?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah,
that?
he gave it to you just a little while ago.
Dice, is that a D6 or a D8?
D6, yeah.
D6, okay. Those only last a minute, so I probably have to use that.
10 minutes.
Oh, I thought they lasted a minute. Great. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the 3 guards have approached, swinging at Trenvan. One of them catching you across the back of your leg as the other one's distracted you. Up next, it's going to be Strummer. Strummer, you've just seen Trenvan get accosted. What do you do?
All right. I will... I And I guess there's a bunch of them around us, so I'm going to use Earth Tremor. So I guess everyone within a 10-foot area has to do a 13 dex save.
Does that include me?
Including Trenvam. Yeah.
Yeah.
A 13 dex.
Yeah.
15. Thank goodness. I have +0 to dexterity.
Oof.
1 guard saves, the other 2 fail.
All right. So I guess loose. If the ground in the area is loose earth or stone, it becomes difficult terrain until cleared. I'm not sure if that counts for this indoor area.
No.
All right. Yeah. So I guess I conjure that up, and like, the resonance through the flute kind of like shakes the earth, and
Yeah,
the
one
ones
long note.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 2 bludgeoning damage, and they're knocked prone for the ones that failed.
All right.
And I think that is pretty much all I can do.
Got it. Yeah, these 3, 2 of them get launched back, fall down flat. One of them digs his heels in and keeps himself from getting pushed back. Trenvam, you are still surrounded by 1, so you would take 1 opportunity attack if you attempted to move at this point, but the other 2 would not be able to.
Yeah, I don't anticipate that. I'm going to probably just try and kill him.
Yeah, I think I will probably back up a little bit.
You absolutely can. You are not
Okay.
currently accosted by any of them, so you can move
Cool.
freely.
Yeah, I will kind of back up into the other room that we just came from a little bit and just be like, I'll be ready shortly.
Gotcha. And to set the scene for the other room, it is a 60 by 60 foot square
Damn.
that you're looking at, fairly large, with a door on the left, a door on the right, in front, and behind.
That's
Cardinal
huge.
directions, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, I look at this giant, I assume, training room.
Yeah, that's basically what it looks like in here. There's no furniture. This is fully cleared out. It presumably had some other purpose before, but no idea what it is. Up next, it is Trenvam as Strummer launches these guards and then steps back into the hallway.
Yeah, I will cut for this one in front of me. I am not going to use a Bardic Inspiration dice. That is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Sick. I'm going to... Seeing their sort of like strange yellow eyes, Trenvam will squint and say, I have a guess about your nature! And I will Divine Smite.
All right.
Are they fiends or undead?
No.
Damn it. I was wrong about your nature! I thought you were going to be a zombie or something. 8 points of slashing damage to the one that is accosting me.
8 points. Very nice.
And then I will... Oh! Damn it. After that, because I'm an idiot, I will... Oh, wait! I forgot to do the Divine Smite damage. I was like, oh, I didn't use my bonus action. It's because I don't have spell slots, because I used my last spell slot to do this.
Makes sense.
Yeah, a little lackluster. 3 points of... that. Is that right? No, 3, not 3. 6 points of radiant damage.
Yeah, the one remaining guard standing in front of you. You lift your blade up incredibly high above you. It glints with light that's not present in the area. You slash down, cut through it, and it stumbles backwards slightly, but is still standing. All right, with Trenvam, your turn complete.
On its feet, 11 points. Trenvam shoots, looks at Strummer like,
Maybe this is a less hospitable area underneath here after all.
Well, we can't run now. I'll take advantage of this, like, bottleneck and make sure with my movement that I am, like, in that door frame.
Perfect. Sorry, I'm skipping the song. A little too goofy.
On some circus stuff. For
They're
sure.
actually clowns.
That would be
Yeah, they've
so
got
much
like
worse.
curly hair and red noses.
Trenvam throws himself from the top of the castle.
He's gone.
They're were-clowns.
Yeah, I'm gonna introduce Werclans later on.
If
don't
I'm
worry.
bit, kill me on the spot. No question, no hesitation.
They don't bite you, they honk your nose.
Up first, the two that were knocked prone stand upright, and they rush towards Trenvam. Trenvam, you're blocked in, so only these two are going to get the opportunity to attack you. The others will not be able to move in. They get 23 to hit and a 13 to hit. So one of them
23 hits,
hits.
13 misses.
That is 4 points of piercing damage as it spear thrusts out and catches you in the side.
Gah!
The one that you've done quite a bit of damage to doubles back and stands by the door to the directly behind you.
Does he
the
leave
middle door.
my range?
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't go anywhere. Sentinel!
Fair enough.
He gets away.
Bardic inspiration, though?
Oh!
Great catch.
5, 8. All right. Got a
Swing
chance.
in rhythm.
Fuck, I can't remember what their AC felt like it was. I didn't roll good. I'll give it a whirl. It's fun. Does a 13 hit?
Hits.
Thank goodness. His movement is reduced to 0, which might not matter. He takes 10 points of slashing damage.
10 points. He looks back at the door, begins to rush forward. Trenvam, what does it look like as you cut him down?
It's the it doesn't even fully kill him. It just knocks him out, and he will go on to die. It's the like Ned Stark street fight. He just takes the longsword and stabs through the back of his knee and out the front, and pulls it out as he runs, and then he falls and loses consciousness.
Yeah, he's bleeding out. He's done for. All right. The other guards hold their positions at the doorways. You are in this hall. Up next, it's Strummer.
All right. I will, I guess, Vicious Mockery, one of the ones attacking Trenvan. I guess the one that missed them before. And I'll just be like, all that training and transformation leads you to being worse than before. A pale imitation. And that's a 13 whiz save.
13 whiz.
I'm just wondering what the deal is with these dudes. They can take a
And that was which of them?
The one that I'd rolled, I think that's the 13 to try to hit Trenvam.
Gotcha. That one fails.
All right. So that's 3 psychic damage.
How do you want to do this? His head explodes.
Yeah, you say that, and he like recoils a little bit as you're speaking to him, but shakes it off and continues on. Anything else?
I guess maybe tossing my last bardic inspiration over at Trenvam again, just being like, "You're holding the door with very resonant fortitude."
I'll take it.
All right. Strummer, your turn is done. Trenvam, in front of you, you've got a couple of these guards, and other ones are blocking each of the doors. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm in. I can take like 2 more attacks. So I certainly don't want to. I don't think I want to use my action to heal. This is pretty dire. I'm going to use my bonus action to harness divine power and get a first level spell slot back. I'm going to use that next round. I just want to know that I have that option because this is starting to look.
Are you looking wounded then?
I'm under half.
Okay.
Yeah, Trenvam will grasp at a holy symbol around his neck. I don't know what the gods of Phadia are, but I'm sure there's one that's apt. And channel a little bit of that divinity into himself and gain a spell slot back. And then he will slash out at... So there's 2 in front of me and 3 in the back?
2 in front, 1 at each door. The 2 in front of you, both of them are injured. One of them is more injured than the other. The one that just shook his head off from Strummer's spell.
I'll go after him. That is a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Okay. I swing out with my longsword for fucking minimum damage 5.
Fair enough.
A grazing blow with action and bonus action satisfied. I will stand at post. And I guess I'll free action try to like put on a brave face and be like, you have your gold. Why not run? Let us have your master. It will cost you nothing.
Their faces are barely reacting to what you're saying. Their chests are heaving in and out.
I look at Strummer and I go, I don't know what these guys' deal is.
Something foul has definitely gotten into their minds.
I was thinking undead, but they seem both too possessed of their minds and not nearly enough. And I'll get my shield up.
With that resolute standing before them, up next it is the 2 guards' turns. They swing out. I don't think they hit. A dirty 20 isn't going to do it, right?
Nonsense!
Yeah, you like growl back at them as they lunge forward, bat one of their strikes away, catch the other one by the arm, and slam him into the wall, just keeping them from moving any further, but not being able to hit you. The other 3 guards, at this point, the one blocking the doorway on the right turns and is walking towards the middle of the room.
You can stay over there if you wanted.
He pulls out a hand crossbow and aims it directly at Trenvam. We'll see. Ping, misses. Shoo! Shoots right by you as you step to the side. Misses Strummer as well. You duck below it. Clang, clang, clang. Behind you. The other ones keep their guard. Up next, Strummer, what do you do?
Alright. I guess I'll channel Cure Wounds. Like, evoking the end of, like, a tragedy when there's, like, all the bodies on the floor. There's, like, that moment of quiet, but then everyone gets up again to, like, for the applause and, like, channel that energy of Cure Wounds. And into Trenvam. That'll be 2d8 plus 3. So that'll be 15 heal.
Thank you! Whoa!
Nice. That's solid.
And I will back off a little bit more and, like, to the side. And
Trenvam looks uninjured.
Strummer, you get a point of inspiration for the description of the applause. I feel like that goes through Trenvam, and you feel that. As if you are a gladiator of sorts. You are bolstered as well.
Cool.
All right. Strummer's turn being up. Trenvam, it's you. What do you do?
I have only begun to fight! And I will continue to slash out. This time, at the start of my turn, I will cast Hunter's Mark. Unfortunately, since you are behind me anyways, I'm going to drop your Shield of Faith.
Yeah.
I need to do more damage, far more than I need to assist you, to be perfectly frank.
You are quite the shield enough right now.
Hunter's Mark, concentration up to 1 hour, so I do have to make saves for it. Extra 1d6 damage to the target, and if the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to mark a new creature. Okay, so I will place this mark on the one in front of me, and then point to the one to its right and say, "You're next!" And I will swing out at the injured one. That is a... Oof, I'm going to use that Bardic Inspiration. Actually, wait. I'm gonna use my normal inspiration first. I want to use that before I forget about it. I'm gonna. Yikes. Okay, that gets it up to a hit. 16. That was close. That was a bunch of dog water rolls on my end, for the record. that was tough.
No nat ones though.
No nat ones. Just real bad. Oh my goodness. 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 13 points of damage to that injured one that I've been attacking.
Yeah, you swing through. You feel the resistance as you make this contact, but you muscle and soldier the rest of the way. What does it look like as you cut him down?
It's that really gross Witcher 3 finisher where it goes through the clavicle and then down through the hip, and they like whump in 2 directions.
You see them fall. The guard, its face is still like blinking at you as it falls down.
You're
but
not
then
undead?
Slowly it fades. And it's gone.
What the hell are these things?
All right, with Trenvam's turn up, do you have your bonus action still or no?
I did that to Hunter's Mark.
Gotcha. You point at the other one, and it does know that its turn is next. The one that fired its hand crossbow at Trenvam runs up and joins in the fray as one of them falls and swings a spear out along with the other one that's still standing. And neither of them hit, not even close. They swing out. Trenvam, a one-man army, blocking blows left and right. His armor glancing them off.
It's so rare to get to tank in D&D. It's like, this is the only situation you get to do it in.
Yeah, they are done. The other 2 that are still standing back are going to maintain their positions. And that means that, Strummer, you're up. 2 zombies in front of you. Zombies. The undead talk has gotten to me. 2 guards in front of you. One of them slightly injured, the other one totally fine. What do you do?
We've got him on the rope, Stefan. He's bumbling.
Yes. Alright, yeah, I guess I will try to Sacred Flame the one injured guy. And so kind of just like conjuring up some of that like divine or the heart magic to like sheath it in that glowing radiant flame.
Absolutely.
So it's a Dex 13 save.
Yeah, you hold up your emblem and you're praying, and then it hits him. He does not save. Lights up, hair burning away. The cowl falls off of his head. What?
1 point of radiant damage.
1 point. He bats it out as quickly as he can, knocking his hood back. And you see, on top of his head, the hair is growing out rapidly in places. Baby hairs all along his forehead and down his face. He is an incredibly hairy person, and seemingly not naturally so.
Huh. Trenvam, I have scales, so that does look kind of different than you and most humans, correct?
Some failed attempt to harness lycanthropy, leading to the creation of feeble-minded monsters! I will continue to prepare myself.
Yeah, Trenvam, as you yell that out, you are in fact up.
I mean, bonus action, I shift my Hunter's Mark to the one that I said you're next, and then I swing out at him. Oh my god, I am rolling. I've run out of inspiration to get me out of my hellhole of bad rolls. I whiff with a 9.
A 9? A 9 hits.
A 9 hits?
Yeah.
I can't. Wow. He's as surprised as anybody that his attack hits. He's like, whoa. Oh my god, that was a terrible. Sorry. Your defenses are paltry. He like breaks character for a minute.
Whoa, what the? I mean,
Oh, I rolled max damage too. 12 points of damage.
Wow.
Woof.
That's fun.
What does it look like?
Do I kill him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that genuinely Trenvam really prides himself on being a sort of paragon of what he views as his like code of honor, and he genuinely like slips a little bit as he's like, he feels his like elbow hyperextend. He goes to swing and he knows he doesn't have the weight behind it, and it's a little bit too much with the flat of the blade, and he knows he's gonna miss, and it just lops the head off the guy, and he goes, whoa. Like it makes him like break for a minute before he like comes back, and he's like, we will purge this world of your evil. Like he gets a little lost in it.
You realize as you're swinging this strike through, the way that these guards are reacting is reptile brain. It's as if they don't fully understand how weapons and guard works. They're just not lifting up their arm to block. They take the hits. The guard that ran away from you just turned his back and started to run. It's just not quite grasping human combat at this point.
Yeah, something's really weird's going on.
With that, another guard falls. There's one standing in front of you, the one who has just run into combat. That one is going to swing. 16. A dirty 20, again, not going to hit Trenvam. Barely blocks this one, still thrown off by that last attack hitting. You sweep it and hit it into the stone behind you. The other guards that are blocking the doorways, seeing the rest of them fall, are going to walk forward. They don't have enough movement to get to you at this point, but they are going to be fanning out in front. So you're facing down 3 guards.
All right.
Up next, Strummer.
All right. Rinse and repeat with the Sacred Flame on the guy that's still standing there.
Absolutely.
And hopefully burning a little bit more of him away. So that'll be a 13 dex save.
That is a 12, just barely.
Wow. And that's a 2 points of radiant damage.
That's a step in the right direction is what I call that.
Yes. One day it'll get up
Their
into the
days
upper
are
half.
numbered.
Anything
And
else?
I'll just be like, Trimvam, hold that area well. They've not a single one has passed you yet.
And none shall.
Trenvam, good luck. All right. Trenvam, you are up. What do you do? There's one in front of you. The other ones are about 30 feet away.
Same one that's got Hunter's Mark on it. Finally! Oh my god, I'm out of the pit. 22 to hit.
That'll do it.
My goodness. 11 points of slashing damage.
Very nice. Not quite enough. You cut out. You catch it across its abdomen.
I forgot Hunter's Mark. 2
Guts.
more points, 13.
Oh, still not there.
Damn it!
Oh.
Guts spill out. Blood runs from its mouth, and it's still staring at you.
Gross.
All right. Trenvam, anything else?
I don't really have a good bonus action. Do I? No, I don't. No, I hold the line.
All right. The one in front of you is going to do one last. It's going to attempt to shove you.
The best of luck. We have an athletics contest to make, right?
Yep.
Good fucking.
That is a 16.
Gods no. Against all odds, pretty terrible for me. That's a 13.
Oh no.
Yeah, with that, it like steps back a quarter of a step and then lunges forward, poof, catching you off. You were expecting the swing from the spear, and as the arm comes out and pushes you, you are knocked prone, falling onto your back, opening up Strummer to a potential onslaught from the rest of the guards. the two guards run forward, and they swing their spear out, reaching. Yes.
Reaction. I
Absolutely.
attack! Even in defeat! I just stab upwards at one of them. I'm prone. Do I have disadvantage? I can never remember. If
That's
it's
a good
just,
question.
Did they just have advantage against me, or am I actually have my DM.
I think that you have disadvantage, but I'm double checking.
Prone. I have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Damn. A 17 and a 2.
Oh.
Not quite. You try and swing the sword. It sidesteps it and then swings the spear down on Strummer. Two of them make attacks. A 15 to hit and a
That
5 to hit.
That one at least doesn't.
Fair enough. Oof, max damage, 7 points of piercing damage. Stabs down into your shoulder. That is the end of the guard's turn. Strummer, you have just been pierced. Two of the guards are rushing in over the top of Trendam, having been knocked prone. What do you do?
I will cast another Earth Tremor, I guess. Because is there 2 or 3 guards around us?
3.
3, yeah. I guess I will cast the Earth Tremor, and
Already prone,
that'll
baby.
yeah. So
Alright,
they'll do
you
a
get
13 deck save.
Okay. Oh, one more. The one that shoved Trenvam succeeds. The other two fail, their feet giving out below them as this long note is played.
Alright, that's 5 bludgeoning damage to the ones that failed. As they hit the ground hard, I guess.
Yeah, they knock their head against the wall, falling down next to you, Trenvam. You see 2 of the guards. The other one's still standing directly in front. Trenvam, you're up.
I will use half my movement.
Oh, yeah, is there anything
Sorry.
else?
Yeah, can I like back away now without attacks of opportunity?
You're safe. The 2 that were in front of you have been knocked
right.
back, so you can.
Yeah, I will then like hobble my way 30 feet down into the room that we just came from, where the other in like maybe like standing near where the fallen captain is, just like.
Yeah, you
Holding
push
on the
open
room.
another door, limping forward, set down. You are ready to go.
You should. I will use half my movement to stand up. Does 15 feet get me to where Strummer just went?
That will get you to the next doorway.
Does it get me to touching distance with Strummer?
No.
Okay, then I won't bother. I was going to use my action to lay on hands, but it's not worth it. I will use half my movement to stand up, and I will look at the 2 on the ground, and I will say, "You should have run when you had the chance!" And I will use the advantage that I have to try to at least take one of these idiots out.
Yeah, and do you still get Hunter's Mark?
I get Hunter's Mark on the one that's still standing, but I'm not really interested in him anymore. He is the furthest threat at this point.
Good point.
Actually, are they all No, I want the advantage really bad. I'm not rolling good enough to try to, like, gamify. And these guys are both injured, right? They took some bludgeoning damage?
Yeah.
Okay. First one, that's a unnatural 20 to hit.
Hits.
That is pretty good. That is 10 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, you swing out, almost catching the kneecap of this first guard. It sidesteps. You catch it in the outside of the thigh. Its muscle splits open. It is looking very bad. Not quite as bad as the first guard behind him, but this one is rough.
I'm going to interpose myself so that I'm like 15 feet in front of Strummer, but still, so they will have to move past me to get to him.
Absolutely. You step back. As you do that, yeah, you're good. They're both knocked prone, so you go
I think
backwards.
they might still get them. They'll just be at disadvantage. I don't know.
It's a great question. Yeah, they're not knocked backwards, are they?
Prone creature's only movement option is to crawl. The creature has disadvantage. An attack roll against the creature has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet. Otherwise, the attack roll is at disadvantage. Does the spell knock them backwards or just prone, Stefan?
Yeah, prone.
Okay.
Only.
Then they will both swing out. And they have disadvantage. They both fail.
Yeah.
Spectacularly.
Statistically unlikely.
Which is not even close. It was 2 nat 1s after the disadvantage. They swing, playing their weapons together, and fall back down.
Another noble taking shortcuts.
Up next, it is the guard's turn. The first guard leaps over the 2 that were knocked down and rushes directly for Trenvam. That does not hit as a 15. And the other 2 stand up. They use 15 feet of movement, and they run forward. You are 15 feet away from Strummer, so they are within range of you at that point. So they're going to swing as well.
Yeah, my goal was just, if they have spears, I was trying to keep them 10 feet away from him while still being a tantalizing target.
I gotcha. That is 1 natural 20 and 1 17.
I'll take what I must.
That is 11 points of piercing damage.
I tried to guess how much damage it was going to be, and I guessed 14.
Oof.
Damn it.
Yeah, this one just finds right between the chinks in your armor, stabs through, the spear almost breaking off. It pulls it back out, blood. That is the end of their turn. Strummer, you're up. You've just seen Trenvam take a massive hit.
Alright. I will, I guess, from this distance, try to...
Do you need to heal yourself?
I can keep running up the stairs if need be.
You brave boy.
Yeah, I guess I will try to Vicious Mockery the one and just be like, or just sort of just tell him it's like, you have failed both the duty to protect this land and its kingdom, and it'll have to do a 13 whiz.
There's an
save.
incredibly injured one, a very injured one, and then a semi-injured
Yeah,
one.
the really injured one.
So the worst one.
Yeah, and it's
That
only
is
a
a
1d4.
natural 1.
Ooh, wow. And that will be 4 points of psychic damage.
What does it look like?
I think he just like screams, his neck kind of just jerks, and his eyes just like glaze over as he crumples to the ground.
Another one falls dead before you, Trenvam. Words alone cutting it to ribbons. All right. Anything else?
And backing up another 30 feet closer to the doorway, I guess, and the sweet smells from the kitchen, unless they're cooking people up there.
30 feet, you get to the staircase. You are like 1 step up, looking out, still able to see, smelling the newly spiced rabbit stew behind you. All right, Trenvam. There's 2 in front of you. One of them is fucked up. One of them is pretty okay.
Was the one that died the one that had Hunter's Mark?
Yes.
Bonus action, I will shift Hunter's Mark to the partially injured one. And I will swing out. Evil will never prosper in this land! Finally, back in the sun. Unnatural 20 again. Thank goodness. I thought I was going to be rolling dog ass all day.
Oh. Let me know if you ever roll in that one, though, because that'll give me a bardic inspiration.
Oh, damn. Okay, I will let
That's
you know.
so cool.
Yeah.
10 points of slashing damage. Wait. 15 points of slashing.
Wow.
That's to the incredibly injured one or the semi-injured one?
Incredibly injured. I just want that action economy to get nicer.
I gotcha. Yeah, you swing out. What does it look like?
At this point, knowing that they aren't particularly proficient, Trenvam takes a little bit of a less defensive stance, knowing that he doesn't really need it as much, and will just pretty directly, like, bang their sword out of the way and stab into their chest, and then whip around to face the other one.
Absolutely. You turn your guard back to this as the other one falls dead upon the ground. It is now its turn, and it is going to lash out with its spear yet again. That misses with a 14. It doesn't back up. It's just maintaining this position. Strummer.
All right. Yeah, I guess Sacred Flame has 60 feet of range, so I'll just be like praying to the gods of that I guess patronize the Order of the Heart, and just be like, purge this foul creature's corruption, and it'll have to do a 13 dex.
That fails with a 6.
And that is 8 points of radiant damage.
What does it look like, Strummer?
I guess it just starts burning the creature, and maybe like perhaps some of like targeting like any sort of like lycanthropy effects on it, until it kind of just like crumples into its armored sort of husk.
It falls. Poof. Trenvam in front of you. You watch it immolate. It hits the ground, and you look, and you see long, elongated teeth, especially the canines. This was a clearly botched transformation. I suppose you could call it that.
I am beginning to put a picture together of these events, Strummer, and it is a foul one indeed.
Yes. When he mentioned them training with silver, it seems like the silver might have been put elsewhere, kept far away from them instead of used, perhaps.
I now fear that the cave that we found, the restraints that had been broken, and the images of Elkvale, I worry that Elkvale had some precious member of their community inflicted with the curse, and that this foul mayor kidnapped them to make an army of these disgusting soldiers. And his experiments provided nothing but this. This situation grows more dire by the minute. And I'll take the helmets off of a few others to make sure that there's like a consistency to this.
There it is. It's the same thing each time.
That guard that perished from his wounds, if I pull his helmet off, any traces of something like that, or is he human up and down?
The one that ran from the last room. Human.
The unconscious guy? Okay.
Yeah, he's not dead. He's just unconscious.
All right. I guess, should we pull him up to the kitchen and take a short rest with some stew? Because I
would love to say yes. We can't let the mayor do what he's going to do in the next full hour while we sit upstairs. He'll get away. Is your health really bad?
I have 4 hit points remaining, and one spell slot I was going to save in case you needed healing.
Well, my dear boy, heroes must do as heroes must do. I will give you all 10 points of my remaining lay on hands.
Wow. All right.
And with that, we are going to take a quick 5
Absolutely.
to gather snacks.
Thank
Be
you.
right back.
Super cool.
Welcome back to Scheduling Conflicts, Season 1, Episode 5, post-intermission. In Fadia, the party is currently dealt with 4 regular human guards and 6 question mark guards. Who knows what they are? Seemingly some version of experiment that's gone wrong. In front of the party, who has, I would say, been dealt pretty mortal wounds at this point, in front of them, there is a door to the left, a door to the right, a door straight ahead. Each of them had been guarded by one of these guards. What are you guys doing? Are you taking a short rest? Are you going to go back? Are you going to move forward? Which of these rooms are you looking at? To set the scene a little bit better for you, there is a semicircular double door directly in front. To your left is a door with a single bar slotted down over it. And to your right is similar to those swinging doors up above, but it has also been barred and then nailed shut in several places. So most defended is the door on the right. Least defended is the one directly in front of you, which has not been locked at all. And the second most defended on the left has a single bar with 2 metal grates like locking it in. What do you do?
I think I'll go to the one that just has the bar and like knock on it and just ask, Alcin, are you in there?
With a moaning rasp, you hear, yes, I'm here.
Great, we'll get you out shortly. And I'll lift up the bar and open the door for them.
You open it up, and as you walk in, you find a makeshift dungeon. There are 3 barred rooms, prison-esque. In one of them, you see a man, clearly the noble that had called out to you, Alcin de Satra. He is holding onto the bars with one hand, his other staunching bleeding from his neck. He says, hello, thank you, please let us out. You look, and there's a woman and another man, and the other 2, each of them also stopping bleeding from a wound, one on a leg, Alcin on the neck, and the other on his arm.
Bites all, I take it.
Yes.
Were you all bitten by a singular werewolf then?
Alcin looks and he says, well, I was attacked while I was in my room. I was bound and then brought down here. I woke up and I had this wound. I'm not sure where it came from.
We found some abominations outside. Creatures halfway to becoming werewolf, but not quite as one would hope. Unfortunately, I believe that all of you have been bitten in an effort to infect you.
Oh, he says, blast it all! What can we do?
Is there a temple in town?
Not here, not in Enderburg.
Any alchemist shops or other ways of purging the disease to help you fight it off?
Unfortunately, lycanthropy is, if memory serves, a fell curse, no simple disease. It would take a cleric of decent power, and because eventually it's a spell I could take, it makes sense for me to know a healthy dose of silver dust for that to happen. Sorry, diamond dust, maybe? I don't know, it's hard to remember. There's a lot of spells. Lockback, sorry, gotta lock in. Ooh. Alright. Well, is it a full moon tonight?
It is, yes.
Patrons and friends all, I'm afraid the safest thing to do, do werewolves attack each other on the full moon?
Werewolves will attack each other, but typically territorially. If they are edging in on each other, they'll do it, but they don't hunt each other.
The way I see it, there are a few choices. Neither are good. Choice the first, I let you out, and to be perfectly frank, it is the night of a full moon. You will have to run into the forest and hope for the best and try to get far from human settlement. Or I could simply close the door and you could spend one more night in your oubliette here. I will give you a few moments. We have 2 other rooms to check. To converse amongst yourselves. I am afraid we probably must bar the door while you discuss. What was that?
Yeah. I will go check the fallen soldier guards for any commodities to help your stay in here be more comfortable. Like maybe they have some extra bandages or anything too.
Oh, a jolly point! 1 second, we will return shortly. The kitchen is just up the stairs. I will shut the door. I'll pass them like. Do they have no light inside?
In here, no, there's nothing lit.
I'll strike up 3 torches and just hand them to them and be like, for some comfort in these dark times. And we'll shut the door and rebar it and then go back upstairs and just burst around the corner, look to the chef and be like, I need meat!
Yes, of course. And he has some of the broth has been finished, the rabbit stew. He pours ladles worth into bowls and hands them towards you.
Anything you can spare! And then I will, duck my head into the pantry in the hopes that there is, a ham hock or something.
Yeah, there's definitely...
I just grab,
cured meats.
the whole thing and head downstairs.
Yeah.
Open the door and just start, passing things out and being like, hopefully this will offer you some succor in this difficult time.
And as you're doing that, Strummer, go ahead and make me a investigation check.
All right. No, it's... Oh, no. Well, yay. Nat 1 plus 6.
You don't find bandages. There's no, first aid kits. But you do find some clean pieces of cloth on their person. You rip those off, and you hand them to the injured people. And they use those to tie off where they can or hold it against.
Good.
Can we make some kind of check to know, I don't know what the stakes are here. Is it important that they're going to transform for the first time? Is there something we can do? I literally don't know. Do we just need to keep them out of moonlight? Is there something either of us can roll for that?
Yeah, roll a history check.
All right.
Oh, God. My one weakness.
Oh, no. I rolled a 2 plus 4 for that, so a 6.
It doesn't need to be super high.
I'm going to roll. You should maybe consider using your point of inspiration, Strummer Sing Song.
Yeah, I'll do that and re-roll.
4.
Use a different dice. Oh no, a 3 plus 4.
No, we
7.
don't know anything about werewolves.
What you know is being bitten isn't the final step in the transformation. Something else has to happen. Is it being exposed to moonlight on the full moon? Is it taking the life of a sentient being the first time? Is it something else? You're not positive. But you do know that there are stories about something needing to happen first. It's the full moon. They've been bit, and they are not transformed.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder. The only thing I can't. I'm just hoping that the plan doesn't have anything to do with locking them in a room together. I'm hoping that the larger plan would have been to release them into the town.
Mm.
Right, because he locked the front gate, kept everybody in town, and then pulled all the guards back. So all the guards were in the manor. Maybe the plan was to release the entire town out to werewolf it up. I'm hoping it's something like that. But unfortunately, Tranvam just doesn't actually know. I'll just ask. I'll be like, have you made some shape of decision?
Yeah. I'll grab the weapons from the guards and give them to you guys too, so at least if they come back while we're not here, you can defend yourselves.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you hand those out. We'll stay. We'll stay. It's better to be here than to be lost in the woods, not knowing where we've gone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we will return if we learn anything more.
Yes.
Need to hire on a blood hunter at the order. Oh my goodness.
Alson says, Godspeed, as you go back through.
Best of wishes to your recovery as well.
I will close the door and place the bar, and then look to these other 2 doors, and I'll go, the unadorned door is attractive. The one that is completely sealed. I wonder if the progenitor of this is there.
Perhaps. That would make sense.
I suppose.
Or even the silver, maybe they hauled the silver there? Can I go over there and, smell for silver?
Yeah, you walk in and you go ahead and make a pretty intense perception check.
At the same time, can I just walk up and give like a good cop knock, like a good like tap tap tap?
To the unadorned door?
No, to the same one that he's sniffing.
Gotcha, yeah.
The bolted shut one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I lean underneath towards like the bottom crease of it or something and smell for silver, like, and got a dirty 20.
What does your dragonborn senses tell you?
You do not smell silver, but you do smell the faint scent of like excrement.
Something must be kept in there, perhaps.
And Trenvan, bam, bam, bam. As you do that, you listen back at the door, and something slams into it, reverberating.
Gosh, I'll try to just speak through the door at a healthy volume. Please, we are here to liberate the situation. Do you have any mind about you? Are you possessed of your senses, please?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, I was really hoping for persuasion or something. Yeah, sure, perception. 9.
A 9, yeah.
Can't win them all.
You hear like a faint growl behind the door. That's all you can make out.
I'm afraid with the moon in the sky, our companion will probably not be particularly helpful. All right. That leaves one door. I'll sword and board. I will fully take prepare to take the dodge action.
Yeah.
And I will stay like I think 15 feet behind you.
Yes, that is
kind of crouched.
The correct choice.
You walk forward. You open up the door. Dodge action prepared. Sword and shield in front of you. And you see a circular room set up in front of you.
That's never good.
In the middle is very similar to what you'd seen in the cave. A iron bar stabbed into the middle with a long chain. Brand new. Not rusted in any way. This has clearly been recently installed. And standing there is the mayor, Karthus Fanglor. And in his hands...
Oh my god, his name is Karthus Fanglor. Damn it!
In his hands is a servant woman. And he's biting down onto her shoulder.
Whoa.
She, whimpers out and collapses. And he drops a vial. Ting, ting, ting. And he looks up at you. His pupils slit. His body... growing, expanding in size and musculature, fur sprouting from him, and he lunges out at you. A full werewolf in front of you. Roll initiative.
Okay. Shit, 4.
18.
All right. Up first is Strummer.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Strummer, this fully transformed werewolf, clothes ripping off from him, lunges out at you, black fur whistling through the wind. What do you do?
Tremvan, please guard the door again. As I back up and cast Sacred Flame and just be like, "Gods defend us."
I will turn. Can I reply? Can I respond, or do I have to wait until my turn?
You can talk.
My weapon will find no purchase on this. I am... without a silver weapon, it is lost before it begins. I will turn in the hopes of holding the doorway, but he will be, immune to my attacks. Hopeless. So, I don't know what the solution to that shit is.
Yeah. You turn. Try and block off the door. You don't have the time to do it. Strummer,
no, I just meant
what else
stand in the doorway so
yeah,
you can't get
block
past
it.
me.
Gotcha. Strummer, what are you doing?
Sacred Flame, so it'll have to do a 13 dex save.
That fails.
Ooh, phew. That'll be only 1 point of radiant damage. and I will back up a bit and, like, I guess look around in hopes there's some silver in this room, and then back out of it, I guess.
No perception check needed. This is an unadorned. All that's in here is the stake and the chain. There's no silver in here.
I just didn't know if the guards' weapons were. They probably weren't, because they would burn their hands or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would have had you notice that previously. They're not silvered.
Okay.
I have an idea.
But they told you that the guards had been accumulating silver and silver
Somewhere.
weapons.
I got it. I know what it is. I know that I got a plan for when my turn comes around. If I'm not dead. If I
Fair.
am not decapitated.
Strummer's at the end of your turn as you double back into this room.
Yeah. I will hold on for hope that we can solve this.
All right. The wolf lunges for Trenvam, blocking the door. Trenvam, knowing that your struggle here is hopeless with no silvered weapons, the wolf multi-attacks upon you.
Is dodge the 5 AC or the disadvantage?
That is
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Ah, okay.
Which, thank God, because what I just rolled was a natural 20 and a 19, not bonused.
Yikes.
That's a rough.
A 21
That hits.
and like an 11.
That does not hit.
All right, the bite hits.
Man, I don't know what this number's gonna be.
That is 7 points
Okay.
of
Okay.
piercing damage.
Okay.
And roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I don't suppose I got any read on if that seemed like a particularly strong or weak attack.
It
No,
felt like
that's
it was pretty. It was pretty all right. He made contact. It wasn't a glancing blow.
16 Constitution save.
16. It bites down, and you feel this jolt through your body. Your heart skips, and then it goes away. It fades, recedes from that wound. You bat him off of you. All right. That is the end of the werewolf's turn. Trenvam.
I will
What the
look
fuck are
back
you
to
doing?
Strummer and I will say, I know my weapons won't work, but I point at the post and collar behind him, but I know what that's made for, and I will throw my sword and shield to the ground, and I will dash forward and do a shove attack to push him 10 feet backward. Oh wait, why? I'll just try to grapple him.
Yeah, grapple his ass.
I'm gonna have to just pull up the grapple rules. I always forget how grappling works in 5e. It sucks.
Grappled creature speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus
Not the
to its
condition.
speed.
Not the condition. How you
The
do
co-
it.
the
I'm just pulling up
contest.
the rules.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Grapple action. When you want to grab a creature or wrestle with it, you can use the attack action to make a special melee attack. The reason I threw my shield to the ground is I can bonus action, like, dual wield, and do it again. The target of your grapple must be no more than one size larger than you. I don't think our werewolves
Medium.
are huge. You try to seize the target by making a grapple check. It is my athletics contested by your athletics or acrobatics. If you succeed, the target gets the grappled condition. And I can move a grappled creature at half speed. So I will and try to grapple him. Let me
All right. What do you get?
I haven't even rolled yet. Athletics! 16?
9.
9. I grab him by, like, the wrist and the neck, pull him aside, and I will move 15 feet towards the stake and collar. How close does that get me?
That gets you to the collar.
Strummer, I'm afraid you will probably not be able to stand back for this one! And I'm going to shove attack him to knock him prone.
Absolutely. Yeah, Strummer, you watch Trenvam drop his weapon and shield, grab him across the neck, and fall backwards towards this, pull him around, and shove against him.
19. Real good.
And I have to contest that
Yep,
with
same
a
deal.
9.
9. I then just lift him and slam him to the ground.
Yeah, Trenvam's muscles rippling as he slams him down.
My vengeance is like I
there.
expel you.
Trenvam.
Come on.
Trenvam, your turn is done. You have him locked down. Strummer, you're up. You see the collar glistening next to Trenvam, keeping him down upon the ground. What do you do?
All right. I guess putting the collar on him, if I can do that, sounds good.
All right. You run up. Give me a dexterity check.
All right.
It's fair game.
A nat 20?
Oh,
Yeah!
You run. You slide home, grabbing onto this collar. Trenvam, you have him pinned. He's biting out at you. You grab his snout, shove it down. As you do so, Strummer, you throw the collar, locking it around his neck, and stumble backwards. He is locked in against the stake. For all intents and purposes, you guys are safe at this point. He's locked in. Trenvam, he might be able to bite you when you step away.
That's fair.
Yeah. And is the lady that got bitten alive, or is she unconscious?
Give me a medicine check.
All right. That's a 17
Shout
plus
out to the
2,
3
19.
best clutch in a row rolls in
Yeah.
history.
A 19?
19, she did not survive this bite.
Okay.
She's bled out, and that is what powered his transformation.
That was a very hungry, bad dog.
Which cues
All
up
right.
what the rest of those people had to do. They probably all had to feed on somebody to
Yeah.
do the dang thing.
All right. Can I free action grab that vial that he dropped? Or...
I'm going to say right now it's all free actions until Trenvam tries to let go of him and back up.
Yeah, I'm
All
still
right.
grab it
Yeah,
while you
you-
can, my friend!
Yeah, I'll grab that and head towards the... I guess, is that the only door in here?
That is the only door. The rest is
All right.
pure stone.
I guess,
Okay, then.
I have a question. Is this a narrative moment that is going to happen, or can I wait for my turn to come back around in combat? It's just a
I
DM
think you
question.
can wait.
Okay,
Just wait until your turn.
then I will
All right,
wait
I
for
will-
my turn, drop him, take the dodge action, and back up.
For sure.
Yeah, and I will cast Bless on the two of us as well. Just be like, let's make sure we get out of here safely.
Yeah, you wash over both of you. Strummer, you grab the vial and go back towards the doorway. As you do so, Trenvam, your turn comes up. You take the dodge action. He's going to attempt to attack. And you roll out of the way as it swings down, tries to bite, and it gets to the end of its chain and pulls back. Trenvam, you back towards the door where Strummer is standing. You are out of combat with the werewolf.
That was... The gods followed us into that battle for certain. Oh, only one set of footprints went into that room because the gods carried us. Oh my goodness. I will close the doors, and is there a latch or lock of some kind?
Not on this door, no.
A completely empty room, or are there like cots for those weird werewolf dudes?
No, the werewolf room, the circular room, empty. This large area also empty, and then there was the cages on the left. On the right, you're not sure what's in there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go up to the door on the right in the hopes that my theory is correct, and I will call out like, the mayor is captured. If that brings you some peace, let it wash over you. And then
Roll
just
me a
lead
persuasion
them
check.
to their frustration. Oh, okay, sick.
I will give you bardic inspiration for that.
Yeah, I'll take it. I have pretty sick persuasion, so I'm hopeful.
Cool.
No shit. Nat 20 plus 5 plus 2, 27.
Wow.
You've been hearing a consistent growl from the other side, and that like deep guttural sound fades away, and you hear padded footsteps walk away from the door, and a shuffle as whatever it is lays down.
Oh, it sounds like whatever it is has taken comfort. I think we will open the door for it at dawn. Actually, it's kind of an interesting question, Strummer. Well, I guess the curse must end at dawn. Does it end at midnight? Like, of the night of the full moon? Because, well, I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter.
Well, it does seem like the attacks have been happening each night, is what they reported, right?
The attacks have been happening for the last couple of weeks.
Wait, but those were wolves, right? Not a werewolf, were they?
Or attacks inside this town of some sort of monster.
It was, this was all you had heard. I'll quote it.
Oh,
A monster's infested our town, but we see not where it comes from. At night, it hunts us. By day, there's no sign of it.
Oh, so the mayor's been, like, kidnapping people every night.
Yeah.
And biting them. Wow, what a jerk. The only thing I can't, I guess there's no reason not to do this in character. What was his plan? This is absolute madness. These soldiers could barely think. These innocents were locked away to feed on their families. This is beyond the pale.
Yes, perhaps we can investigate his own room, and maybe he has information there that we can deduce, while his hound kind of mind is not capable of talk.
Yeah, certainly. I have a question. As members of the Order of the Heart, do we have, like, authority, or are we just adventurers?
You have authority. It doesn't stretch so far as, like, unilaterally slaying the governor, typically, but it gives you a license to kill pretty regularly.
What I'm more concerned with is, can I walk upstairs? I guess this would be me, like, consulting what we are allowed to do. Would I be able to walk upstairs and be like, the mayor is suspended pending review by the king? Like...
Yeah, you would be well within your rights to take him into custody.
Well, I think we've done that. Yeah, I mean, I wish there was something I could push.
Should we take one of the werewolf heads down here to show proof to the guards that are probably humanoid up there?
I think it may... Yeah, I suppose that may be helpful. I was about
Evidence
to say,
of the lycanthropes.
I unfortunately was about to say we ought not disturb a scene of a crime, but blood's gross. What are we going to do with it? And I'll pick up one of these bodies because Ethan forgot we don't have a forensics lab. Like, we can't touch them because of fingerprints? Do we know about fingerprints? I'll, like, hoist one of these bodies up onto my shoulder.
All right. And the chef probably delivers food, so he might know where the mayor's room is.
And I'll make my way back upwards, leaving the situation to hopefully have the night to cool off.
You have a couple of hours before daybreak at this point.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so yeah, you step up, going back up into the kitchen, and as you do so, the music changes, and it's no longer intense battle music. You walk through. The chef nods to you as you share what's occurred down below, and he gestures back, and the butler is standing, and he says, so what happened? And he sees how bloodied you are, and he grabs napkins and tablecloths and holds them out so you can clean yourselves. Yeah.
Well, I guess first and foremost we must investigate the mayor's domicile.
Your mayor fell to the ill call of power. It would seem that he captured a werewolf and either infected himself on purpose and sought to infect others. Seems to have been his primary goal. He also seems to have experimented on some of the guards of town to create abominations. To be perfectly frank, have no concept of what the plan could be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if either of you know where he might be storing all the silver that has seemingly not been used for coating the weapons, that would probably be handy just in case there's more lycanthropy around as well.
He had sent all of the gold down below. I'm not sure exactly where. It was off limits to all but the guards.
Probably one of those other two rooms that we meandered right by, going downstairs without investigating.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, for sure. I thought that we were making a really smart choice, but in hindsight, um, I suppose I feel we are not in terrible danger. Strummer, keep your ears open. If you would like to, you can go upstairs and search the room, and I will search the two that we did not enter down below.
Well, I guess that room and the mayor are not going anywhere, so we can search the rooms down below first. I guess
certainly.
that would be good.
Travel together. And I guess we'll just go back downstairs with that, in hindsight, relatively obvious thought moving through our brains, and open those two doors.
Yeah, you open up first the door on the left. As you do so, you find what amounts to a pantry. There are potatoes, some loaves of bread, mostly pickled items here and there, some wines, but that's all this is a simple pantry. You close that door, you go to the right. As you open that up, you find what looks like an additional pantry, but instead of those pickled items and food, you find spoons and forks and knives. You find pokers, and you find a few blades here and there. There's a silvered longsword and a silvered dagger, as well as some fletched arrows that are clearly silvered as well.
Great. I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, I swooped that silver longsword. No worries. I grabbed that.
I want to take all the cutlery like in my arms, go to the door where the mayor is, and just sort of like stick it, like wedge it underneath the door there, and then leave a scattering.
Yeah. You lay it all out. If he comes out, he's going to burn the fuck out of himself.
I'll lay down a cloth, take my longsword, and wrap it in it, and put it in my pack, and put the silvered longsword in my scabbard. And then I will hand the silvered dagger over to Strummer and go, "You could use this, right?"
Much appreciated.
Goodness, right there. I when we opened the first door and saw the pantry of food, I was honestly relieved. If we had had 2 rooms full of silvered weapons, I would have felt more a fool than anyone. Oh, my goodness. Well, it just goes to show a good adventurer checks all the rooms as they progress so as not to miss any important details. Oof. And I will abreast and head up the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah, at this point, you go up to the mayor's room. The butler has a key that he opens it up for you. You walk through, and this is an incredibly well-adorned, well-furnished area. A bed with posts, a mirror, as rare as that is, towards the back. Chests. There's a working desk with a quill and some papers and letters here and there. A wardrobe, and that's about all you can see in here.
All right. I will look around the papers then at the desk for anything like regarding lycanthropy or Elkwood or Elkvale.
Ironic that he so desired to see himself in silver as I look at this mirror.
Yep.
Shaking my head. I will assist Strummer, but my main goal is to be assistive. I will take the time to say to the butler, your bravery in the face of disobeying your mayor is appreciated and will be well remembered by us when we report this situation to our higher-ups.
Well, I'm glad I could help. That's great.
As we continue to poke around.
Yeah, Strummer, you have advantage. Give me an investigation check.
All right.
Our background has a knight riding a griffin in the top corner, and I'm like, someday.
That is a dirty 20 with advantage.
Dirty 20. You're looking at ledgers, random missives to and from. But what you see as you're looking is a letter addressed to the mayor here, recently delivered, which, as near as you could tell, wasn't possible for the past couple of weeks. But seemingly this one did get through. And it is addressed to Mayor Fanglore. And as you open it, at the bottom, it is signed King of Zolamar. And Zolamar is the home country of the Death Knight that has ruined Trenbam's life.
Always more darkness from that man. Always more fell intent.
The missive isn't. It doesn't state too much. It's essentially asking after the current stock of. It's asking after inventory, essentially. Asking how much inventory they have. A response was being drafted, clearly meant in response to this, that stated that at this moment there were 6, and there would soon be dozens.
And there were 6 corrupted soldiers down below.
Certainly.
But
Perfectly
not too
malleable.
promising.
What do you mean?
True.
Perfectly malleable? They could refuse no answers? No empathy? No kindness in their hearts? No ability to say no to orders foul and demonic? And I spit on the ground.
Indeed. Well, this will definitely be important evidence for our king to read.
Certainly. Mayor chained up. Oh my goodness. Chained up.
And with that, you look as the sun crests, the moon setting in the distance, light emanating in through the windows around you. What is your plan for dealing with Mayor Fanglor?
What was the name of the kingdom that you just said? I'm so sorry, I didn't catch it.
Zolimar. Xolimar.
Of course, it's an X. Kingdom of Zolimar. Seeking soldier monster guys. Death Knight! Exclamation point. I will. This is mirrored by Trenvam genuinely taking out a leather-bound journal and taking extensive notes on the sheet of paper and any details that surround his great quarry, Kerskang the Cruel. Yeah, dealing with the mayor. I think we'll probably talk that out. Trenvam would say, so we don't. I feel we ought to report this. I have...
Indeed.
My only concern is even a good king may be tempted by the thought of soldiers that obey every command. That's my only fear, but...
well, the source of...
Is our king trustworthy thus far?
As near as you can tell, he is a good and well thought of king. He's never done you wrong in the months of your service, years of your service even. He's well remembered by everyone. Well thought of.
Well, I suppose we can either leave the judgment to the good king or hope for forgiveness from the good king. What are your thoughts?
There might be, perhaps somewhere else in the keep, because if he's got this vial, is there anything matching in here to the vial? Or perhaps he has some sort of alchemical stockpile elsewhere that he was using to create those creatures.
There's nothing that you can see in here, even with your 20 check.
Well,
yeah.
If we
there's more.
Perhaps those guards that fled seemed well possessed of their minds, and we have an entire town's worth of people who know what almost happened to them. I think perhaps the most good thing for us to do: free whomever is in that cell that is double barred. Let them out. Toss the mayor in there. Let the townspeople keep him locked up or dispense whatever justice they find right, and we can report back, tell them what happened, and perhaps seek an alchemist in the city to identify what is in that vial. With greater magics than either of us are possessed of. I doubt there is a wizard in this town to assist us with such a task. It is large for the area, but small nonetheless.
Indeed, that would be good. Shall we camp out, or should we at least maybe check in with the sun risen on the boarded up werewolf then first?
Yes, that was... I'm sorry, I must not have been clear. That was what I thought we should do first, to empty the cells so that we could perhaps put the mayor in.
All right.
Very well. We will, I guess, probably check in with the guards outside and be like, things proceed.
Hmm.
And invite them to be a part of this process, like if it will make them feel more safe.
Yeah,
They
and
were.
especially
I'm not
if
happy
they
with what
can.
they did, but I mean, they're
Yeah,
random guards. If the mayor says guard this hallway, you're gonna be like, all right, like,
Deal.
yeah. It seemed like perhaps the ones downstairs were the ones the mayor trusted the most to kind of like guard, but the ones that are alive and up here might be able to identify the transformed people and notify their families about the experiments the mayor did.
There's
And
only about 5 guards left in the manor at this point, but they
Damn.
are happy to oblige and go with you. Fairly small guard circumstance here. But they nod along and they follow you as you proceed.
I will cautiously. I guess first we should free the innocent people. I will quickly unbar and open the door for the people
Yeah.
that were in the other cell.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, you swat it open the door. Their torches are still burning, giving them light. Their bleeding has stopped. They've pulled away from the wounds after the linen given to them by Strummer. And they are relieved to see you, absolutely. You walk up and let them all out. They begin talking to the guards. 2 of the guards step away to alert their family members as to what happened. Let them know that they're safe. And the prisoners have been freed.
great. I will hold out my silver dagger to them and just be like, do you guys feel anything averse to this, or how are you doing?
As you hold it up, Alson holds his hand out and he touches it, and he recoils. It does burn him.
Oof.
As he touches that. He wipes at his fingertips.
Well,
That is certainly rough.
hopefully we will get some guidance, and I turn around to the other door from a friend, and I will.
Yes.
I guess either way we will be fine. We both have silvered weapons now. I will tell them to back out into the hall. And
Yeah.
set about to, by the sounds of it, I'll like, ka-chunk, ka-chink, 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 ka-chunk, just start taking locks off of this massive door.
Yeah, you're like prying wood off, and the last one falls. Clang, clang, clang. Do you open the door?
I'll use thaumaturgy to like make my voice boom. It's like, good person. We assume you are from Elkhorn and have been unfortunately trapped here, but we do hope to open this door and seek your guidance on all of this that has happened.
And actually, on a related note, Strummer, I believe I've seen you use that power to open unlocked doors before, and I will unlock
Yes.
the door and step back 15 feet and let Strummer use thaumaturgy to open the door.
Yeah. As I guess as my vocal cords kind of like chill from the magic, then I'll focus it on the door.
Yeah, your voice echoing. And somebody lunges out, naked, top to bottom,
Whoa!
hair a little bit longer, and he looks around, and he leans back. He covers himself up, and he says, "My apologies. I wasn't sure if you were actually who you said you were. I was worried that that damn mayor might have been playing some trick on me."
I reach into my pack and pull out a set of commoner's clothes. I pull out the pants and I toss them across the way.
Yeah.
Pulls them up.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, we
Buckles
do
it.
have him chained up now, at least.
It would appear.
Serves him right, that son of a bitch.
I don't
Yeah.
know what he made that thing for. He had a prison for a werewolf being constructed in the next room. Although you seem unchained, so perhaps, unfortunately, my friend, I believe it may have been designed for you.
Mm.
There's a chance. There's a chance it was for him. If he wanted to transform himself, he didn't want to rampage on a full moon. Who knows?
It's fair enough.
Either way, thank you. Thank you for freeing me.
Are you from Elkhorn then? And how did you get to the
Elk Vale.
were you Elk Vale, sorry.
Yes. How did you know?
We
I guess
found
my
a
features are sort of
cavern.
Elvalian, but
Yeah.
Let us tell you a little tale. No,
you
no,
found the
yeah.
cavern.
Yes. Were you
I see.
kept out in the woods previously or near here?
Yes, that's where I kept myself, so my transformations wouldn't affect anybody in Elk Vale or anywhere here, even.
Ah. Was that where the mayor found you then? Because it seemed like the chains there had snapped.
From my transformation, I don't recall on Nights of the Full Moon. Likely somebody had found me there and taken me. I'm not sure how they were able to knock me unconscious or drag me here or convince me to come, but here I am.
Well, the mayor, as it turns out, had powerful allies with dark interests. I think that perhaps you were targeted rather directly. We do find ourselves in a difficult situation. One that, difficult as it was, is somewhat yours to blame. A good number of the people have been infected with lycanthropy. About a room's worth, I don't remember the number, but what was it?
3 of them at least.
I believe it was a dozen.
A dozen?
In the room, right?
3 in the room.
Oh, I thought it was like full.
No, he said dozens will be coming.
Oh, I thought when you said that, I was like, whoa, there's a lot of people in that little room.
No, 3 people in that room.
Okay.
Woo! I'll be like, 3. Whoa, sorry. Miscommunication between me and my companion. 3 were bitten purposefully to infect them. We believe that the mayor was attempting to halt their transformation at a point where they would be more strong than a typical man, but completely dispossessed of a mind or will, and do as they were told blindly. We fought a number of them. I apologize for my companion's animal. They are, however, what would have happened then did not, but they do still seem affected. They do not respond well to, and I unsheath my sword an inch or two. The touch of silver burns them. Could you offer them some guidance? I will be honest, I had hoped we would open the door to find a druid or blood hunter that had been kidnapped, somebody who had their gift or curse under control, but if you have something to offer them that would be assistive at least.
Or maybe if there's someone you might know that we can bring them to the capital to receive treatment.
Well, technically they would be members of my pack. If you were to kill me, their curse would likely be lifted. I would happily take management over them and teach them my ways, keep them safe. Besides that, if you can find a cleric who's willing to cure them of the lycanthropy, they've not transformed, as near as I can tell. They haven't taken a life, so that would work fairly easily, painlessly, even. Any major city, I'm sure there would be somebody. You are clearly adventurers of some sort, so likely you've met or have some connection to a cleric or order. So, yes, those are the options. Kill me, give them to me to keep them safe and from committing any egregious sins, or bring them to a cleric.
I guess we can ask them if they want to join us back to the capital then.
I think our most likely course of action will be to, I would say invite, but entreat you to perhaps come with them and us back to the capital, at least to give them the choice to be healed or not. Thankfully, when I consulted my tome of clerical magics, removing a curse does not have material components. That is greater restoration. I had confused the two in my mind. So it is free of cost and takes but a moment for a talented cleric. So you could speak with the 3 of them, offer some degree of counsel, and then we could work towards a solution.
Certainly. I would happily attend with you. Capital is not too far from here, only a week's journey, so easily.
Wonderful.
If you'll excuse me, I'll speak with them about their current condition.
Let me see if there's a werewolf follower stat block in my Fleeing Mortals book really quick. Is that something? We finally get to pass the curse back on to Spencer. I'm gonna make friends with everyone. I want 12 companions. I want an entourage. I'll go. I will turn to Strummer and go, well, I hate to speak before the action is done, but I think we could damn near call this a happy ending. I will open the doors to reveal the mayor. I assume just a dude in some, like, torn up Hulk pants.
Yeah, he's naked as well, and he's like cowering in the corner.
There are things that they tell you about the hunting of werewolves. They do not mention how many manhoods you have to see to get through to the end of the adventure.
Is the king's orders clear as far as traitors go? Like, do
You're
we have to like?
You're under arrest for treason against the king and his kingdoms, and will be brought to justice accordingly before a jury of your peers. Do you have anything to say for yourself as evidence against your guiltiness, despite the mountains of eyewitness reports that we have?
He does not respond.
All right. You are given this role to protect these people, to care for them. Yet here you are, making dark deals for cheap power. I hope you find something in yourself, something of light and goodness before you are put in the ground. And I'll shut the doors again.
I guess I will just also ask him. It's like
So 1 minute I open the doors back up. I go, my companion does this to me every time I say something cool. He has to ask another question. Go ahead.
Just we were wondering, like, as far as your contact with the wrong page, the Zilomar contact within the town, if you had anything that you needed to convey to him.
He does not respond.
Right.
Why are you under the impression that every vile creature will give up all his secrets if you ask politely? It has never worked a single time, Strummer.
Well, and if it works one time, at least that'll save us some troubles.
My companion has put faith in you. Misguided faith though it may be, and I will turn.
And you shut the door. And when
I track down Kurskang the Cruel, if you do that to me, we are going to have a conversation that you will not enjoy. That's all I will say.
And with that, you all level up
Whoop, whoop.
to level 4. We take a wide panning shot as you walk out. A few werewolf younglings in tow, as well as the name that you did not get is Calith. Calith is the full werewolf who is accompanying you. The sun is further overhead as you walk through the now accompanied gates, as guards are they open it up for you as you walk through. You see some wolves in the woods as you walk out. They see you and they turn and stalk away into the tree line here.
I look at Caleth and I go, friends of yours?
Friends of the woods, I suppose.
They attacked us when we entered as well. I was curious if there was anything more to it, but it's good to know that they are some shape of friendly, I suppose.
And you all first go, you take a mid-trip break to the Tricky Blade Tavern, where Yarkus the Tiefling is waiting to hear back from you. You approach and you see Yarkus's hood still drawn, sitting at the same seat at the inn. He looks up at you and he gestures to the barkeep to bring over a couple of drinks for you. And he says, "So, how did it go?"
Quite bloody,
All things considered, I think pretty well. I would say that it has turned out somewhat dramatic. How much of the sensitive information do you want shared with you, to be frank?
He looks to the table next to him and he nods his head, and the other one and he nods his head, and they step away, giving you extra space. And he says, "Feel free."
Oh, I just meant for your own safety. It
right.
would appear that the mayor of Enderburg, one Carthus Fanglor, made a deal with the kingdom of Zolomar, trying to produce soldiers that were free of empathy and would respond perfectly to any command that they were given. He captured a... Gosh, I really don't know what to call it. What do you call a werewolf that has control of their faculties? Is there a name for such a beast?
None
I
that I
don't
can
know.
think of.
He strikes me perhaps even as a druid of some shape, but he seems a talented, simple man who was had his beast's blood under control. He kidnapped him, or perhaps kidnapped him with the help of allies, chained him up, and began infecting others and halting the process of their transformation to turn them into these mindless beings. We subdued him. He is currently locked up below the manor house with guards who are aware of the situation with silvered weapons, because we just figured it would be better to leave it to justice in proper. I doubt that the quiet doing away with of a mayor, baron, duke, the gentleman in charge, such as he was, we doubted handling it privately would dissuade others. We figured it would be better to offer him up to those who are more qualified. That's about the situation. I have nothing else that is of great
we do have
interest.
We do have a vial that he, I guess, used in his own lycanthropy, perhaps, as well as various correspondences in his pen and from the King of Zolamar.
We were hoping perhaps to find an alchemist in the city who could identify whatever reagent it may be.
Yes, and the other three with us were also like forcibly bitten and are sick with the lycanthropy, and we're looking for a cleric to help cure them as well.
Thankfully, we have until the next full moon, so we have a full 30 days to make a 4-day trip, so I'm confident in our ability.
Well, gentlemen, I have good news and bad news. Which one would you like to hear first?
Bad news.
Bad news. I have another job for you.
Well,
in the nearby city of Valreach, the local baron is hosting his own wedding. And it is upon you to provide security. Baron Kressig has many enemies, both near and far, so I require you to keep him safe and protected. He's an important player in the king's affairs, so please do what you can.
Well, that doesn't seem like terrible news. I can take out my adornments, get some ceremonial armor up in the mix. Fun change of pace. I'm sure everything will be fine, and nothing crazy will happen at all.
Have there been any reports of like various factions of anonymity among near the area that we should be on the lookout for?
I don't have any word on that, but I'll tell you what. I will try and figure out exactly who the players are and send you word first thing. You're heading back to the capital, correct?
Before we ask any more questions, you said there was good news. What is it?
Good news is 75 gold pieces each for your dealing with the mayor.
Well, that is
25 gold pieces each for figuring out a connection to Zolamar. That is incredible news for me. Incredibly bad on the all in all, but good to know what Zolamar is up to. So 100 gold pieces each.
Thank you. We would do it.
Yes.
We do it for honor, but it certainly helps.
It at least gets you a nice place to stay.
And pays for a couple of health potions.
And I'll whisper to Trevam too. It's just like, I had noted that I guess he had 300 gold as our reward, perhaps, but...
Well, that's 110 for you, 110 for me, and then I guess the guild cut.
Ah, yes, and probably to deal with the...
I'll shake my head. I'm like, I guess the guild cut went up again.
Yes, and various disbursement for dealing with the clerics and lycanthropy, I'm sure.
That's very true. Destruction of property on this one could have been better.
Yeah.
So that is the news that we have. Oh, and yes, I'm so sorry. I interrupted you to seek out the good news, which was gold, which I appreciate. Yes, we were hoping to head to the capital. If we need to redirect ourselves, if this is of eminent urgency, I suppose we could just send our lycanthropic friends on their way.
I can attend the lycanthropes, bring them to the capital, get them fixed.
Great.
In the meantime, I will send, likely through Bird, a message to you laying out the factions in the town that you might have to deal with.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Any small amount, even, of information ahead of time would be helpful. However, I know that you sent us, so if you lack knowledge, there is no shame in it. It makes sense.
Very well.
God, that bar cat
Safe.
is having a bad day. He is pissed.
Safe travels. And with that, the camera pans out and it leans over towards your next location, past the capital to the city of Valreach, a large castle on the top of a hill. You hear music emanating, violins playing, a piano thrumming, people chatting, and quietly, faintly, you hear what seems to be a moan leading into a scream, and it cuts out. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
So good. Yes. Oh, my goodness. Hello, strength score of 20.
And with that, Ethan, go ahead and sign us off.
Yeah. First of all, thank you for tuning in to Scheduling Conflicts. I would say the number one most prestige, because that term is not defined by the FCC. Prestige TTRPG show on Twitch or YouTube, only YouTube today. I suppose eventually you'll probably have one of these without me that is only on Twitch. If you want to catch more of our content, you can check out ttrpguy.com for all kinds of fantastic articles. We are coming out of a pretty hefty wedding season, so are moving into getting back to some of that content. We are looking to publish some of the things that we've been working on for some of them well over a year at this point, and that is very exciting. Definitely check us out on TikTok and Instagram. Those are both TTRP Guy, right?
TTRP Guy.
Like everything and save it all, or you're not a real fan, to be perfectly honest. You can tune in to Scheduling Conflicts when the moon is right in the sky. Our other shows normally, on Wednesdays, we have The Party Makes Things Worse Theros Edition, where we play through Spencer's raucous and wonderful adventure through Greek Fantasyland. I'm on my third character, 2 others are dead. Stefan has stayed alive the whole time. And our other cohort, Michael, is a small kobold trying to become a god. It is, I would say, all in all, a pretty good time. Our DM Writer's Room is shifting to Thursdays, I think probably for next week, right?
Yes.
Because I don't believe there is one tomorrow, is my main thing.
Not one tomorrow, next week.
Tune into that next week. I guess if you're watching in the far-flung future, tune in on Thursdays. And you don't need to know that our home game is moved to Fridays, but just, I guess, for your record, that is also true. It popped up in my head as awfully important. Did I miss anything, Spencer? You normally do this.
That's it.
All right. I guess we will see you all another time in the fantastical fantasy world of Fadia. I can't wait for Spencer's eventual source book that is, 300 chunky pages of lore. But I suppose we will get there in the future. For now,